Do you relate well to being spiritual and not religious? Are you looking to transform your life to have greater purpose and experience more joy and abundance? If you are, you've come to the right place. Welcome. I'm Neil Pinkman, the Spiritual Director for the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. Over the past 2 decades, our open and affirming, diverse community has helped countless people in the same way. Enjoy watching. If you like what you see, check us out at CSLNJ.org.
God, I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. 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 Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. My name is Andy Palmer. I am on the Leadership Council here at CSLNJ, and I am so happy to welcome those of us here in person, those of us here online. Thank you for being here this morning. Please join me in our welcome, centering ourselves on who we are and why we are here. So please join me as we affirm. We are an open and affirming science of mind community where the vibration of love lifts you, the wisdom of the ages inspires you, and the science of mind teaching empowers you. We believe that heaven and hell are states of consciousness that you experience in this lifetime, and that you are the architect of your life, and that it is never too late to know true happiness. Thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank our Psalm Sunday, led by Zolma this morning. Thank you. It's always a great way to start your Sunday. Our practitioner today is Edward Sunwolf. We'll hear from him later. Thank you. Always a wonderful presence here. And I think that's it to start. We'll get back into some music.
So once again, we invite you to close your eyes and allow the music to wash over you, the music to inhabit your body, the words to inspire you. God, breathe through me. God, feel through me. God, see through me. God, heal through me. God, love through me. God, speak through me. God, move through me. God, live through me. I am an instrument a willing vessel. God, breathe through me. God, feel through me. God, see through me. God, heal through me. God, love through me. God, speak through me. God, move through me. God, live through me. I am an instrument, a willing vessel.
I ask you to join with me, acknowledging that there's something greater. Through all of our challenges, illusions of shortcomings, worries and doubts, through all our fears and hurts and pains, sickness and illnesses, we know that there's something greater. I know that there's something greater. A divine consciousness, the purest spirit of the purest light, that is everywhere once, all at once, that is whole, that is perfect, that has extended itself to create each and every one of us and everything that exists. For we are all more than what we think we are. We're more than what we know we are. We come from that something great. That something great that's the air underneath the bird's wings. That something great that's flowing through the fluid of the sea, through everything that exists. That something great that supports life through the fertile soil. That's something great that's behind the spark of existence. I ask you to deepen, look in your heart deep. Find that spark that is true, that is God, that is source, that is in the here and the now. And let it spring forth into our community, into our center. Let it spread its love of healing and joy and passion and expression and then creativity, because we're worth it. We're all worth it. Let that healing energy of that divine mind flowing through the sun, through all the elements, land here and now. Open your hearts and your mind and accept it and say yes. Knowing that the divine mind already has said yes, because it's already provided all we could ever want, need, or be. It's already here, it's already done. And I'm so grateful for knowing this truth, because I know it for myself, I know it for my community, my family, my friends, I know it for the world. That setting aside all fears, worries, and doubts, fear of the future, worries of the past, I lay them all down, knowing that there's something greater. And that greater is in me, that greater is in you, that greater is in our community or in our center, in the here and now. And I'm so thankful for knowing this truth. And then this truth of happiness and joy, creativity in life, and our beautiful, wonderful center growing, expanding, and accepting and expressing that divine mind. I say yes, and I release my word into that divine consciousness that always, always says yes. So it is.
God breathe through me. God feel through me. God see through me. God heal through me. God love through me. God speak through me. God move through me. God live through me. I am an instrument, a willing vessel.
Thank you to our musicians, Ty, Clive, and David. Thank you, thank you. I'd like to bring us all together again to read our November affirmation, which is posted in our handouts today, and also into the chat for those of us online. For our final Sunday in November. My thoughts and beliefs shape my reality. The abundance of life flows in and around me. By maintaining a positive mindset and cultivating thoughts of abundance, I attract and manifest abundance in every way, known and unknown. By cultivating gratitude and mindfulness, I savor the richness of my experiences, connecting with the inherent sweetness that exists in every aspect of life. And so it is. I'd like to take this opportunity now for us to greet each other here in person. I'll give you 2 minutes. Those of you online, feel free to mute and say hello to each other as well. Welcome.
Along the way, they don't stop to wonder what the world is coming to. They let something higher reveal the way to greater love. Oh yeah, so the truth is telling me, sing of liberation for the ones who are not free. Love can take us higher, reveal the way to greater love. Oh yeah, so we let it wash over us, we let it make us kinder, we let it make us better, we let it be, we let it early in the morning, we let it hold us together, we let it now and forever, we let it be, we let it. Still some cry along the way, walking through the sadness for the world that needs to know love can take us higher, reveal the way to greater love. Oh yeah, so the truth is telling me love's the only answer, and to all humanity we can stay inspired, reveal the way to greater love. Oh yeah. So we let it wash over us. We let it make us kinder. We let it make us better. We let it be. We let it early in the morning. We let it hold us together. We let it now and forever. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let it be. We let it be. Yes. Yes. Good morning.
You always hear me talk about synchronicity. I was sitting there this morning, boy. After this service ends, just think back. Think back to the songs. Think back to Ed's beautiful treatment. Think to my talk. And see if you don't recognize spirit moving through everything. We did not get together and say, you say this and I'll say that and you say this, and we didn't. And it's so inspiring to me. I was sitting there buzzing, which is part of my talk. But I was sitting there buzzing. It's so beautiful. Okay, so first, before I get into my talk, which is about gratitude, I want to just take a moment and acknowledge that in a couple of days, Thanksgiving is coming up. And you know me, I could not stand here in integrity for myself. So forgive me, for myself, if I didn't mention this holiday and all the stuff around it, for want of a better word, okay? So, I don't know if it's changed or not, but when I went to school, we were taught that Thanksgiving came out of the Pilgrims and the Native Americans getting together for a feast for Thanksgiving, for the harvest, right? That's what I was taught. Having no idea, no clue about the real history of it. I bet till this day, most of us probably don't know the real history of it. But what I want to do, if you don't mind, is to just admit that this is a false narrative without going through the details, and to honor the individuals, the families, the nations that lost their lives, that lost their culture that lost their nations, that lost their history. And take a moment, offer a moment of silence, just for the honest truth of what that is. And I want to add, to include in our moment of silence, the people who were so misguided and so disconnected from God, from spirit, that they could do some of the things that they did. And so if we can just take just a moment of silence, remembering and honoring them. Thank you. So what I think is true for most of us around Thanksgiving is that we just get together and hang out with our families and eat good food and have fun, right?
Yeah.
No harm. But the truth is that we are all connected, that there's only one, and there's only the present, and within that present is all that has been and all that will be. So it's really important that we are aware of our participation, whether we know it or not. Okay, so thank you for that. So I'm going to begin by reading from the Science of Mind, the complete edition. The whole purpose of the Science of Mind is to reconcile the apparent separation of the spiritual world, which must be perfect, with the material world, which appears imperfect. The spiritual world is the cause of the material. We are spiritual beings governed by mental law. Only that world can appear to us which we mentally perceive. Man's experience is the logical outcome of his inner vision. His horizon is limited to the confines of his own consciousness. Wherever this consciousness lacks a true perspective, its outward expression will lack proper harmony. This is why we are taught to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Since no one lives by proxy, but each of us unto himself, every individual must make the test in his own soul. And so, thus and therefore, some of the same horrific stuff that was going on in the 1600s is going on in this world today. And I don't say that to be a bummer. I say that because it's a fact. And I say that because it's important that we understand that fact and that we have the power and the ability to contribute to it and shift it. So in this teaching, we believe that love is a quality and the intention of the divine presence. And in back of and within all the divine presence, the love is in back of and within all, everything. And I mention it and I say it so strongly because my experience is that we lose touch with it so easily in our daily, day-to-day lives. We are each unique and have free will, and we have the ability to co-create with this divine presence. The energy of the divine is the energy that flows to us and through us, and we don't often think of that. We have to remind ourselves that everything that exists is energy, and that energy emanates from the divine presence, from the divine source. And it's really important that we're aware of it, because our state of being, our state of consciousness, our mental atmosphere that the reading talked about does one of two things. It either receives, opens to, and accepts this energy, or based on what we've got going on, we close ourselves off from the energy. And it's really, really important that we're aware of it and that we understand this. Why? Because we're busy trying to create the lives that we want to live. We're busy trying to alleviate our pain, our suffering, our confusion, whatever it is that's in the way of us experiencing our God selves and our bliss. Okay? So, to recognize, to be aware of, to be in constant awareness that this divine energy, this divine presence is really the love, the bliss, the joy, the peace. And to understand that we have a belief that we can't always be in that. We can't have that. That's not real. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. And it's constant. And so what we want to do, what we need to do, is to align ourselves with it. That's our work, that's our job. You know, I always joke and say sometimes people don't stay in this teaching because it's too much work. But the work can be fun, the work can be joy, right? Yes. Absolutely. And so, I have another reading. I forgot to tell you the page of the last one, I'm sorry. This one is page 402. In dealing with mind, we are dealing with a force we cannot fool. We cannot cheat principle out of the slightest shadow of our most subtle concept. The hand writes and passes on, but the writing remains. And the only thing that can erase it is writing a different character. There is no obstruction one cannot dissipate by the power of truth. So we learn to go deeply within ourselves. Synchronicity. And speak as though there were a presence there that knows. And we should take the time to unearth this hidden cause, to penetrate this inner chamber of consciousness. It is most worthwhile to commune with spirit, to sense and feel it. The approach to spirit is direct through our own consciousness. This spirit flows through us. Whatever intelligence we have is this spirit in us. Prayer is its own answer. We can be certain that there is an intelligence in the universe to which we may come that will guide and inspire us, a love which overshadows. God is real to the one who believes in the Supreme Spirit, real to the soul that senses its unity with the whole. Every day and every hour, we are meeting the eternal realities of life. And in such degree as we cooperate with these eternal realities in love, in peace, in wisdom, and in joy, believing and receiving, we are automatically blessed. Our prayer is answered before it is uttered. Some of our prayers are often unintentional, but we create our lives through those unintentional prayers, through our thoughts and our feelings. For some of us, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's can be difficult times. Some of us don't awaken every day in joy or peace, excited to see what the day brings. I didn't like the answer when I asked myself, did I wake excited to see what the day brings? I'm just being honest. But the truth is, joy is our natural state. It is the vibration of our source. And in this teaching, we're taught that we have the ability to transform our lives. And so gratitude is a powerful tool that we can use. It is one of the spiritual practices in our teaching. You've often heard Reverend Michelle talk about having a gratitude practice. And we have a member, I have to give a shout out to him every day on Facebook. He posts something that he's grateful for. Been doing it for, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years now, I'm not sure. Okay. Again, from the complete edition of The Science of Mind, page 752, Thanksgiving. It has been said that the prayer of thanksgiving is the prayer of appropriation. This was the manner in which Jesus prayed when he raised Lazarus from the tomb. Father, I thank thee. Recognition and unification and realization. These are the 3 steps in prayer or treatment. When we speak the words of thanksgiving to the God within, knowing before they ask, I will answer. There is something in this attitude of thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of perfect faith and acceptance, receptivity, and realization. Appreciation, gratitude, and thanksgiving are the motive power which attracts and magnifies the hidden potentialities of life. So, how can we use gratitude as a spiritual practice? How can we increase our gratitude and get more in touch with gratitude? How can we call it forth, kind of conjure it up within ourselves? It occurred to me that we could use gratitude to heal ourselves. It occurred to me that we could use gratitude to balance out and remedy the disturbing things that are going on in our life. Feelings, concerns, fears, whatever it is, anything that's unlike love. You know, the Course in Miracles says the opposite of love is fear. That really hit me when I heard that the first time. So we have a lot going on in our world today, no? A lot going on in our world. And so, only we know what affects us and what impacts us and what matters to us. And in this teaching, we can utilize the spiritual practices to remedy what matters to us, to heal what it is we want to heal, to change our lives. And oftentimes it's necessary for us to be in the moment. The moment is where it happens. To do it in the moment, to make the shift, to make the change in the moment. I'm going to read from Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. It's a book that I was actually sitting there thinking there's something missing from my talk. I'm not comfortable with my talk yet. And my mind went back to this book that I read years ago. Chris and I worked on this book. This is a really, really powerful book. I'm going to read. The vibration of appreciation is the most profoundly important frequency we can hold, for it is the closest thing to cosmic love that exists. When we're appreciating, we're in perfect vibrational harmony with our source energy or God energy. Call it what you will. You can jumpstart it or you can jam straight to the feeling. It makes no difference. What's important to know is that 1 minute of flowing the intense energy of appreciation overrides thousands of hours spent in victim consciousness or flatlining modes. Flatlining is just in that space, you're just going, you're not even present. You're just, just in that energy, okay? I'm sorry, I need to read that again. I apologize. Not the whole thing, just this part. What's important to know is that 1 minute of flowing the intense energy of appreciation overrides thousands of hours spent in victim or flatlining mode. That's really encouraging, isn't it? Yeah. That's like, whoa! So, many of us in this teaching have prayer partners. So the idea came to me to recommend that maybe we can have gratitude partners. 5 minutes once a week. One person takes 2.5 minutes, the other person takes 2.5 minutes, and we share what we're grateful for. Because the only way that this can make a difference is if we practice it, if we implement it into our lives, right? And so when we do that, look, I'm not even quoting journals or studies or anything. Science is now proving how gratitude heals us, how gratitude shifts us, how gratitude changes our state and our experience in our life. Why? Because we are resonating at a frequency that attracts love, that attracts kindness, that attracts positiveness, that attracts the good stuff. Okay? And so I'm just highly encouraging everyone to take a look at expanding and expressing your gratitude. Now, I'm old school, okay? I miss some of the things that we used to do that used to happen, all right? And I'm not saying this to disrespect anyone or to poo-poo what works for you. Please don't misunderstand me. But when I was a kid, growing up, okay, if you went to somebody's house and had dinner, when you came home, you sat down and you wrote them a thank you card, okay? And then, if you knew that maybe they were kind of going through something, you could whip up a quick bunch of brownies, 20 minutes tops, and leave it on their doorstep, right? These little things. I guarantee you that a thank you card that you open in the mail feels really different than a thank you text. Yeah. I have a friend that's a little annoyed with me right now because I was honest. It was very difficult for me to be honest. This person's texting me all the time. And let me say I love this person dearly. This person has been a huge part of my life. I don't like text. It interrupts my day. It interrupts my flow. And it's cold. It doesn't have the warmth when... You know, just think of picking up the phone and hearing Ty's voice. Okay? And why am I mentioning this stuff? Because the vibration, the energy of it. Make no mistake, I don't have a phone with me. The phone, it doesn't transmit it. If anything, we tend to interpret it more negatively, you know, than positively. We have to be very careful with that. So I'm just sharing these things and highly recommending if we do a few little things in our lives differently that transmit that energy. It not only empowers and shifts us, but it empowers and shifts other people. Because when you experience acts of kindness, there's the automatic tendency to reciprocate it. If somebody holds the door for you, don't you hold the door for the next person? Okay? And all of this raises our vibration. It raises our energy. And we are one. So it raises the energy of the all. Right? And you hear me say this over and over and over again, but with the craziness that is going on in this world, the lack, what's the word I want? There's a dam. There's a dam. The energy is dammed up, you know? It's dammed up. Did you say locked, blocked? And it said blocked, stuck. And we can release that, you know? And we do it with our spiritual practices. Now, if you're going to family or somewhere on Thanksgiving and you know there's going to be somebody there that you wish they weren't there, we all have that. And not for nothing, sometimes with good reason, you know. It wouldn't be good reason if we were more skilled at managing our energy and not letting external energy impact our internal energy. We have to practice that, okay? But if you're going, I'm going to recommend that before you go, you sit quiet. You sit quiet and you visualize and you see them. And I'm not saying be fake. We already discussed that it has to be real. You can't fool spirit. But whatever place you can muster up, if you can muster some gratitude for anything about them, do that. And if you can't, then just muster gratitude for the fact that you're having this gathering, that you were invited anyway, even though you don't get along with that person. Okay? It is so easy and it's such a fragile, delicate thing, us being pulled off center, off balance, out of the love vibration, you know? And it's so empowering to us, and it will so shift us and what we're experiencing in our lives if we practice gratitude. Now I can give you a whole bunch of, gratitude journals before you close your eyes and go to sleep at night, or when you close your eyes, think of something you're grateful for, okay? If there's something that you want that you don't have, even be grateful for the desire that you wanted and that you know that somehow it's coming to you, okay? If you had a breakup, or you're having problems with a relationship, what was there that you can be grateful for? Really good tool to use if you're in an argument. Shifts the energy real quick. What did you love about this person to begin with? And go to your heart, not to your head. Go to your heart. Okay? And so, when I stand here and talk, I'm always trying to think about you and what's going on in your lives. Some of us wake up and we're enjoying, we're cool every day. Some of us do, okay? Others of us are barely holding on, okay? Not all the time, but sometimes, right? And I think about, well, how can I speak to the spiritual practices that they may use so that they can just add, just like this one little thing, and make a difference? I have this thing, I don't want to stand up here and just run my mouth. It's of no service. It's of no service. And so, whatever gratitude tool that resonates for you, I'm going to make the request, I'm going to invite you to just practice it once a week. Because once a week is so much more than none a week, right? Once a week. If you can muster once a week, once a month, it's still more than zero, than nothing, right? I'm sorry, let me close. So, gratitude is pregnant with warmth, satisfaction, fulfillment, contentment, safety, trust, and joy. Gratitude births the realization that all is well. It grows into knowing. Knowing, we are convinced that all is well. Cultivated, it becomes a belief. A belief expresses as a constant and becomes our status quo experience. Let's take this into prayer. And so what I've been so gratefully reminded of is that the power and presence, the spirit, the essence, the energy, the source that I call God is love. It is light. It is beauty. It is wholeness. It vibrates itself at an energy that is uplifting, that is so powerful and so palpable, and I can experience it and I can express it. I can share it with the world. It is the truth that is in back of everything and everyone. And I see evidence of it in the beauty in the world, because no matter what the challenge, there is so much beauty in this world. There is so much love. There is so much joy. There is so much opportunity to grow, to expand, to express, to be more, to give, to receive, to allow the divine presence that I call God, Spirit, Creator, whatever you call it, is all there is, and it is consistently, constantly expressing and moving in and through and as each one of us. And so I choose to open myself and allow myself to learn this energy. I choose to open myself and allow it to flow through me more fully, more completely, and guide me. I choose joy. I choose bliss. I choose forgiveness. I choose freedom, no matter what is going on in this world. The truth is, God is all there is. And God is everything that is good and wonderful. And this presence that I call God expresses uniquely by means of me. And therefore, I am what it is. And I allow this to be so. Please close with me. And so it is. Thank you.
Gratitude for everything, for the beautiful talk, for all the readings today, for all the people attending today, online and in person, and yet to attend, for the health and well-being of Neil as he heals. We're grateful for it all. Grateful, 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 Sing along, please. Grateful. Why don't you get up on your feet? Come on, y'all. Grateful, 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 grateful. Come on. Grateful, 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 grateful. Can you feel the gratitude? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Grateful, grateful. Oh yes, I'm grateful. One more time. Grateful, 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 grateful.
Thank you, Toni, for your talk. Thank you, musicians, for just one word. So much more than just a song. So much more than just a song. So much more than just a gathering. As we come together to read our abundance, conscious giving affirmation. Little different than most weeks. I'm not going to ask you guys to give more financially. I'm going to ask you to give more spiritually. To center yourselves about what you do for this center and what you do for your family, your community, and this world. Because the perspective, something I pulled from Toni's talk, that gratitude perspective and how you receive the world and how you contribute to the world. Right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to rain. Right? We needed it. And I had people in my life who were like, oh, this rain, man, this sucks. I'm like, you're not a gardener, are you? All right. But your perspective of that, yes, cold rain will hit us in this life. And yet, your perspective in a gratitude mindset changes that experience. So as we come together and support this center, whether it is in our presence, in our gifts, financial or not, let that lens, let that perspective of gratefulness guide your thoughts, guide your reality. So please join me in our conscious giving affirmation, knowing that in this statement, it does not mention money or finance. Please read with me. I bless this gift that I give today. I give this gift from my heart, and I give it mindfully. May my gift go further to heal, prosper, and bless this center and all who enter. I accept all good that comes as a result of this flow, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. So thank you for being an integral part of this community. However small, know that you are an important part here. And we could always use a larger part. We can always use more engagement. It's been wonderful to see our community grow, both in number and in strength, in spirit and energy.
All right, you can get up out of your seats now. You know that. It's a requirement. Well, no, not really. Sticking with gratitude. Thank you, God, for everything. Here we go. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. We got no complaints. We got no complaints. You got it now? Here we go. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. We got sopranos. You know your part. Here it comes. And thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. We got no complaints. All right, I'm going to add the sopranos. Here we go. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. We got no complaints. All right. Feels good. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. We got no, yeah, 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 yeah. Happy Sunday, happy every day.
At the Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, we believe in empowering individuals to discover their inner strength and their connection to divine life. Through our supportive community, transformative workshops, and uplifting services, we provide a safe space for personal growth and spiritual exploration. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper understanding of life's mysteries, our center offers practical tools and timeless wisdom to help you thrive. Join us in creating a more diverse, compassionate, and kind world. Your world, the way you want to create it.